Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and this month's On the Horizon video, we're talking about a whole bunch of things that came out for Marvel and DC, and so let's get into the DC first, because this one I actually found the most interesting. This is issue number 5 of the Free DC Nation. I love this, and I feel like I should be collecting literally all of these. This actually feels like an individual comic book, man. All these things do. So here we go. Let's get into what we get here. Of course, we start off with a letter from Dan Didio. Gives us a really good outlook of what's coming up pretty soon. November 7th on this beautiful year of ours so far. This Green Lantern is coming out with Morrison and Sharp. Looking forward to this. It's going to be interesting. I got a little bit more to talk about with that. There's going to be a new character introduced. I was not familiar with this. Reconstruction, like Puerto Rican struction. That's cool. It says that it's available now for 20 bucks. That's interesting. So basically be a hero and help the people of Puerto Rico still struggling after Hurricane Maria. Yeah. Freaking year later, still struggling. But this looks like a brand new character, so I'm telling you, for like 20 bucks, that's actually kind of interesting. Wonder Woman story, helping out Puerto Rico, called Reconstruction. Available now, 20 bucks, and a brand new character in there. Okay, not bad. I think you could do worse. So they're going to do a breaking down the page with a Superman story. They've got this pick your own poison story in here, list in here, which is basically the 10 most dangerous characters that there are in the DC universe right now. You can go and check out the list on your own, but I'm probably going to wind up giving the whole list. Bane is number 10, and they have a threat meter there. He's 4 poisons out of 10. And this is actually interesting because in the Gathering Storm, for me, the only thing to really consider reading is the Gathering Storm section of this, because that says what's happening pretty soon. So it's a good reminder that he's actually planning some serious stuff right now. He's already broken Batman's body once before, right? And in the I Am Bane storyline, he wasn't able to defeat Batman, so he's like, okay, you know what? I think Batman needs to be broken a little bit more, so he's going to break his heart. He actually has broken his heart, apparently, by manipulating the events so that he wouldn't be able to marry Selina Kyle. But dang! So Tom King is going to be playing the long game with Bane, and let's be realistic, there is no other game but the long game with Bane. He's not just some big brute who's going to come in and punch you in the face a couple of times. Oh no, he's going to get you really worn out and exhausted, and then come in and punch you in the face a couple times and break your freaking back. So, let's move on to Talia al Ghul, who is considered more dangerous than Bane. And yeah, I could see that. Whatever. She's got whatever on here, but what I find interesting, it says here that she's appearing in Silencer, yes, and Action Comics. Okay, one of two ways this is going to go down. They meant to say Detective Comics, or she's going to be showing up pretty soon in Action Comics, in which case, oh, I can't wait to see what Brian Michael Bendis is going to do with Talia al Ghul in a Superman comic. Holy crap. I actually hope this is not an error. You know what I'm saying? That would be really cool. I would love to see it because she's one of those characters who can't go face to face with freaking Superman, but she's got a plan, man, and she'll put it into action. That would be awesome. Darkseid's on here. I don't really care about that. They got his new costume. In case you guys haven't seen it by reading Justice League Odyssey, this is what he looks like now. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. He kind of looks a little bit like a big, strong version of the Tall Man from the Phantasm series. Here's something, though. The Dragon God Nama. She has not appeared yet. She is going to appear in issue number 43 of Aquaman when Kelly Sue DeConnick takes over. Boom. So that gives you a heads up right there. Issue number 43 of Aquaman. If you're not reading it with me, shame on you. 2, start reading it. At least grab that one. That's going to be a first appearance of a brand new character, namely a goddess, who decides that she shouldn't be serving the ocean. The ocean should be serving her. She's a big serpent goddess. So the Upside Down Man is in here. Nice. Rogal Zar is in here. Cool. Controller Mu. He is going to be a brand new... He's considered more dangerous than Darkseid. Interesting, right? Is he considered more dangerous or just as dangerous? No, more dangerous. He's just as dangerous as the Upside Down Man and Rogal Zar. That's interesting. So this guy right here, Mr. Mu, he is going to be first appearing in the new Green Lantern comic book. Okay, so interesting. And more than that, there's going to be other characters. The Black Stars are going to be in there, not the Dark Stars. No, it's different. The Black Stars. So then they just go on with a couple other things, and I don't actually care. Yeah, so you can go and check out the top 3 yourself by grabbing the magazine. And this is not a sell. It's a free magazine. Your comic book store or one around you probably has this thing for free. If not, you can get it online for free. Just go to the DC.com, whatever it is. They've got it for... I don't know where exactly it is, but it is on the DC webpage somewhere for free. They do a hard time, a comparison between Arkham Asylum and the Phantom Zone. Which one wins for the worst prison imaginable? I would go with Bel Rev, personally, because they put bombs in your head. That's just my 2 cents. All right, now here's something that I find very cool. The Magic Masters. They talk about, what is it, like 10 characters? No, 8. 7. Now it's 7. It's getting lower as we go on. 7 magical characters in the comics. So that's really awesome. I like the part about Phantom Stranger. That was cool. The John Constantine thing seems a little bit outdated, considering the events that just happened over in the what the heck is it called? You know the comic book I'm talking about. The Justice League Odyssey. Issue number 3, I think it was. Death Comes to Sanctuary. They actually get a little bit behind the scenes in there, and that's helpful. It also tells you exactly who the casualties were in the book, so that was actually really important to me, because I'm like, Lagoon Boy, who the F is that? I didn't know who Lagoon Boy was, and I didn't know where Hotspot was actually hiding out before. I didn't realize he was in Teen Titans before, so okay, that's actually kind of cool. I'm digging that. How to Color Comics Part 2, coloring the DC Comics, which is interesting because, yeah, not a lot of people pay a lot of attention to the colors. So a big thing on Shazam. And they're saying, this thing that bothers me. It says if you want to get the lowdown on Shazam really quick, go back and check out the Shazam stories that were in the New 52. Not cool. Not cool, dude, because I did not like that version of Shazam. Specifically, Billy Batson. I really just did not appreciate that version of Billy Batson. I just didn't like the way that he was presented. So there's a whole bunch in here beside that. Here's the thing that I found especially interesting. There is, between the panels with Peter J. Tomasi, he details a whole lot, dude, a whole lot of what we can expect as he's going to be writing the issues from now until the, what's it called, issue number 1000 of Detective Comics. That is cool. A Freedom for All thing with the Freedom Fighters. They're going to talk about all the characters that are involved in this. And then they also, of course, go into the solicits. And the solicits are actually kind of interesting in here. They also give a little bit about the Drowned Earth, which I am highly anticipating. I didn't know that Black Manta was going to be in this. I usually look over these things fairly surreptitiously. I'm not particularly interested in going into great depth in them. Sometimes I can get, lulled in or flat out sucked into a story, but for the most part, I usually don't, because I enjoy finding out what's going to happen in the comics as they're happening. But either way, what's coming up in Silencer looks pretty good. This Electric Warriors thing is actually fairly interesting. I don't know how into it I'm going to get, but we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, and then there's a thing with Scott Lobdell in the back. I had been talking about this new take on the Red Hood. So there's a whole lot in here, man. There really is a whole lot. And, yeah, I'm appreciating it. I'm appreciating it. They're also saying that issue number 2 and 3, it seems, is going to be Harley versus Batman and Wonder Woman and Superman. How's that going to happen? Psst. plus issue number 8 or 11, I forget which one it is, whatever, one of these upcoming issues of Damage is going to feature Damage versus all of the Justice League, the entirety of them. And that includes Superman. It's all going to come down to him versus Superman. So, okay, cool. We already saw him fight Wonder Woman. I can look forward to that. So now let's take a look in Marvel Universe. This was a surprise. I literally found this in a box at Gotham Central, the comic book store that I go to. I'm like, wait, what? There's a lot in here about January's X Disassembled, and I'm pretty or what comes afterwards. The Age of X-Man commences, so that's Nate Gray right there. Yeah, man, they have an interview in here with Brisson, Ed Brisson, Kelly Thompson, and Matthew Rosenberg, and dude, Rosenberg is hysterical. You know what I'm saying? But this was a really good book. We start off with an intro to C.B. Cebulski, the editor-in-chief, having a conversation with us, digging it. I honestly think that this comic book sounds the most like this comic book. It's not as good. This is the best. This one right here is the absolute best. DC Nation is amazing. Marvel should make this a lot like that. More specifically, this, I feel like they should just phase this completely out. I see that in the comic book stores. I'm just like, yeah, whatever, maybe. I'll pick it up and maybe I'll use it. I probably won't, though. So I think they need to make it a lot more like this. This is much better. So there's a big deal right away about Fantastic Four issue number 5, which is going to feature the wedding of The Thing and Alicia Masters. It's about time. So that's really cool. I'm digging that. They're giving a whole bunch. This is going to be the 650th issue spectacular. A lot of people are like, why is he wearing a yarmulke? Dude, I can't remember which issue it was in. I got the feeling it was like the early 200s issues, but Ben Grimm is a facsimile of Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby's Jewish. It was pretty much always known that he was Jewish, you know? So, yeah, he's definitely Jewish. There are some gorgeous picks in here, man. I'm falling in love with a lot of these picks. I can't wait to see Avengers number 10. Here's just some inked issues like Ursa Major in there. Digging it. The 700th issue Spectacular Avengers, that'll be issue number 10, is coming out pretty soon. A lot of people going to be involved in this. They've got a whole lot of Captain Marvel in here. Looks like there's going to be a pack sold pretty soon. Unstoppable Wasp, issue number 1 is coming out soon by Jeremy Whitley and Guri Hiru. Anyway, the art looks like it's going to be kiddish, not so different from the original Unstoppable Wasp series, which only went to like issue 8 or 10 or 8 or 9. I read all of them. I reviewed all of them. I liked all of them. I really did. So I'm going to give this first issue a shot. There's no doubt about that. If it's as good as the previous one, I'm good with it. There is an interview with Donny Cates. Not nearly as good as the interview I had with Donny Cates. I'm being a little bit biased, but I have facts to prove it. Definitely the best one on the internet. Seriously, I'll put that freaking interview against any interview that I've done with anybody, and any interview that he's had with anybody else. So he's talking about Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 1. Everything is about, oh, I can't really spoil too much. I can't even tell you who's actually on the team. Nope. So it's just a whole bunch of evasions. Like, why did they even put this in the freaking magazine, man? Anyway, I'm still looking forward to it, man. Still looking forward to it. Okay, they're doing a whole lot with Into the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse in theaters on Christmas. I know there's a lot of people who are really psyched about this movie. I am not psyched about this movie at all. I don't like the animation on it. It looks like digitized claymation to me. At the same time, they're giving a whole bunch of comic book offers. They're going to be doing a Miles Morales, a Spider-Gwen, soon to be called Ghost Spider, Spider-Men, with a whole bunch of versions of the Spider-Men, the Fearsome Foes, featuring Green Goblin on the cover, and there are actually more also. Yeah. That's kind of cool. They're also doing a bunch of the Spider-Verse stuff in here. Like I was just saying, the Ghost Spider is going to be showing up. Everybody knows her as Spider-Gwen in her world. So how she's going to convince people to call her Spider-Gwen, I don't know. But Shonan McGuire and Rosie Campe. They're going to be doing this. Cover by Bengal. Cool. There's actually a sneak peek in here. It's hardly even a sneak peek. It's like a couple of, panels straight up in the front. It's a full-on preview. And the art is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know about the writing so much. Like, there's not enough for me to really get a good idea of the writing, but I don't have any complaints so far about it. It looks really good. So all these issues, I'm going to grab Ghost Spider #1 just because, and I'm going to review it. And if I like it, I'll review issue #2. If I like issue 2, then I'll probably stick with the series. We'll see. I like that they're finally giving us a heads up of what's happening here. Maybe they mentioned this before, but I never saw it. They're talking about all of the X-Men Black issues, all 5 of them, and they're saying that X-Men Black Apocalypse is a mini in all of these other issues. I figured that out when I read the Magneto issue. So, because I wasn't planning on getting the Mojo issue, and now I'm just like, nope, I got to get all these issues. There is no skipping them because I need to know the story. So here's the Uncanny X-Men Disassembled stories in here. We got Kelly Thompson looking like, hey, how you doing? And we got Ed Brisson with that typical look he always gives with, yeah, that's right, I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to take your lunch money. And then, of course, we got Rosenberg, and they're like, why are you going to take my lunch money? I'm writing really cool comic books. He talks about how Multiple Man is going to be featured in X-Men Disassembled a lot. So it's interesting because apparently we have got to read the Multiple Man stories, which I got no problem with that. I'm already reading them. So we got to read the Multiple Man stories and figure out what's up with that, because apparently that's going to wind up phasing into what's happening over in X Disassembled. On top of that, it's my understanding that Uncanny X-Men, I don't remember if it was in this book or in the next book I'm about to do, but the first off, this art is freaking awesome. I'm digging this. But they're saying that Uncanny X-Men will actually be new user-friendly. Boom! You just sold me. You just sold me. So I am loving that. So anybody can jump on the X-Men. According to them, anybody could just jump on the X-Men and I never read X-Men in my life. You poor child. Like, how old are you? Can we still call the parental abuse hotline on your parents? Because, duh. Anyway, so Nydia Okorafor and Leonardo Romero, is going to be doing Shuri. Issue #1, they're saying, is out this month, sometime in October. I don't think it comes out this Tuesday. It might be next Tuesday. We shall see. Or Wednesday, excuse me. I get most of my books on Tuesday. Badoom, they actually give a preview of the book also. Right now, I'm not particularly fascinated by the preview. You can see over here, she's starting to, oh, right down here, duh. She's starting to turn into her bird form. No, they don't really show it. Oh, over here. She's going to slowly turn into her bird form, and then down here, it doesn't look like she's returning from her bird form into her human form. It looks like she's just being pushed by the birds or something. That's not cool. If you guys remember, towards the end of the previous volume of Black Panther, the one that Ta-Nehisi Coates had started on, not his current run, which is the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda. We're talking about the one prior where Leonard Kirk was actually on the art. We saw that Shuri had died some time ago. She was killed by one of the members of the Black Order, and Proxima Midnight specifically, and she was brought back to life. And by being brought back to life, she had certain innate magical abilities. One, that she could turn her body into stone. The other is that she could actually turn herself into a flock of birds. So she's got other magical abilities also. Apparently later on we're going to see that she can astral project also. See, now that I'm really looking forward to seeing, because I love any kind of a story with the astral plane. So I'm really looking forward to Nydia Okorafor's version of that. I haven't read her Binti. I haven't read her some of her other books that she's read. I haven't read anything by her except a lot of the comic books she's done. And she's only been involved in the Black Panther books, I believe. Here in Marvel, at least. I guess they really appeal to her, or that's all that she's getting as job offers. I don't know. The problem is she always seems to get subpar art. I'm sounding like a jerk on that, and I'm sorry, but yeah, this art is just not, like, this one doesn't look bad, but then, like, you see the page before, I mean, sorry, this just doesn't look like striking art to me to make me go, oh my God, I gotta read this. No, I don't. It doesn't look like it's traditional. It looks like stuff that I could do easily. And no, I want my artist to be better than me, specifically because I'm not really that good at art anyway. So, Old Man Hawkeye is starting to come to an end. I'm looking forward to see that story because I did fall off of it. But when it's completed, all 12 issues, I'm going to go back and read them. Killmonger by Brian Hill. Apparently he's no longer Brian Edward Hill when he's in Marvel. He's just Brian Hill, so I guess they took his middle name. Anyway, they're going to have the one variant cover, which is Michael B. Jordan on there. Awesome. But they're going to be doing a movie version of Killmonger. You can see he's got the skin tattoo, whatever those things are called, the body modifications for each person he's killed and all that. I'm looking forward to see this new take on him, and he's clearly going to be an entirely new take. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to see that. I personally did like the original version of Killmonger better. I think Mark Texeira is the first person who drew that. Really good stuff. So, whatever. We'll see what's up. Conan the Barbarian. They've got, they keep on advertising this stuff. Okay, thank you. I personally don't know anybody who would not want to jump on this to begin with. I mean, you're talking about amazing art. Interesting as hell new characters. Conan kills people. He straight up kills people. Very noble. You got some gorgeous women in here. Look at this art. It's always had great art. Like, you're not allowed to be on... Look, this... Nnedi Okorafor, man, if only she can get artists like this to go with her story. But, like, just look at his eyes there, man. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you can't mess around with a Conan book. You can't come in there and be a subpar artist or even an average artist. You got to be a freaking excellent artist for you to come into one of these books. One of the final real things that's on here is going to be the Defenders. Looks like there's going to be 4 one-shots by different people each. You can see for yourself. They're all going to be individual one-shots, and then there's going to be one big one-shot. I don't know if this is going to just be a one-shot or if they're going to continue this, an ongoing, but Al Ewing is going to be writing all of them together. I'm actually really interested in seeing the Chip Zdarsky on Namor. That actually, I'd love to see his take on that, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. After that, we get some Javier Garron talking about the Inheritor, or excuse me, not the Inheritors, the Interior. I can't read. Miles Morales interior art by Javier Garron and the Young Guns. So that book's done. And after that, there's just a bunch of stuff here with the previews. And literally, like, this is just a big, thick, heavy book that just goes on forever and ever. And it gives you all the details you want of whatever. There's the Extermination Aftermath. Looks like Cable is actually going to be dead. He dead. They're going to have a new X-Force. And look at that. Like, they're already, like, Marvel, man, way to spoil this right here. So you got a brand new X-Force. Look, all these guys are together. What's her name is not on it. The young Jean Grey. But young Cable is. Wow. Way to spoil the whole damn thing. Seriously. Marvel. Oh, and Deathlock is going to be on this series also. That looks cool. Seriously, Marvel. WTF MFers? The hell? Like, that's got to be C.B. Cebulski, right? I mean, that is such epic fail right there, man. Marvel, stop freaking ruining things with your covers and your solicits for the future. Stop it, dude. Okay, first off, I have been wondering what Art Germ covers will look like with She-Hulk. Let me tell you something. It looks like the Wedding Special. It's going to be a variant cover with She-Hulk by Stanley Lau, Art Germ. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, that is just sexy right there. Dude, oh man, gotta get that cover. Man, gotta get that cover. So, yeah, I'm going to be all over that. That's a purchase. Durr. Again, X-Force #1, talking about the whole new team. They're already showing about Killmonger issue #2. Winter Soldier issue #1, going to be done by Kyle Higgins, dude, and the art and cover art by Rod Reese. Rice, I think it's Reese, but no, I think it is actually Rice. Anyway, whatever, it's a weird spelling. I.E. You can go either way with that. So Winter Soldier, dude, freaking awesome. Thank you, Marvel. You have heard my call. Bill Sienkiewicz is going to be doing a variant cover. That's actually kind of cool. Also Butch Juice, sweet. But yeah, I'm sorry, when the interior artist is doing the cover, I'm usually going to buy the freaking main cover. Like, that's just the way that I roll, man. That's just my particular take. I love it when the interior artist is also the cover artist. You want to get a variant cover, by all means, man, but I want to know that what's on the outside directly reflects what's in the inside. Otherwise, how do I judge the comics art by? You know, if I'm not going to open up each individual issue. But there's going to be a 32-pager for only standard cover price, $3.99. So, awesome. I'm definitely looking forward to that like crazy, dude. Here's some variant covers for the Defenders. Yeah, that Namor dude. Dude, the Surfer. All of these look really good. That Doctor Strange is particularly awesome, right? I'm loving the paint. Loving that. Yeah, these look really good. So, the best defense in order. So, starting on December 5th, 2018, Immortal Hulk, Defenders 1, Namor Defenders, Doctor Strange, then Silver Surfer, and then regular old Defenders on the oh, and what's interesting, on the 5th, Immortal Hulk and Namor both drop, and then on the 12th, so the following week, Doctor Strange and Silver Surfer drop, and then the week after that, on the 19th, Defenders issue #1. So, dude, 5 Defenders stories essentially in 1 month within 3 weeks. Oh, yes, please. Yes, freaking please. So I am looking forward to that like crazy, and I think that's going to be an ongoing. Christos Gage and Mike Hawthorne working on the Superior Spider-Man. So apparently he is not going to be Dr. Octopus or the Superior Octopus for long. That actually really makes me sad because crap, dude. I really love his costume. So I'm happy to get the Superior Spider-Man back, but I'm genuinely having so much fun with Superior Octopus, dude. I think we're going to really miss him. Here, Saladin Ahmed and Javier Garren on the Miles Morales Spider-Man. That's also on the back cover. You actually get a better look at it here. This is cool, but it's like Miles Morales, Spider-Man. I thought they were going to change his name. I guess not. If they can't find a good name for it, then I'm okay with him just staying like this. But a whole bunch of good stuff coming up here. Priest is coming back to write Spider-Force #3 of 3. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what he's doing. Let's see. Spider-Geddon #5. Yeah, Christos Gage doing all that stuff. Here we go. Ghost Spider by Shannon McGuire and Rosi Campe. I'm probably butchering names. I'm sorry. I love you guys. Typhoid Fever Iron Fist. I'm really looking forward to seeing Typhoid Mary going against Iron Fist. Infinity Wars 6 of 6, man. It's coming up. It's about to end. And the direct actions of... The only thing that Donny Cates gave in the previous book that was decent for the interview was... I can't tell you who is on the lineup for the new Guardians book because the events of Infinity are wild, but that directly influences who's going to be on the Guardians team. And it's not going to be a light book. Like, the Guardians was always a fairly humorous book. Not anymore. Donny Cates is Donny Cates. He's going to be taking the dark corners. And I bet he's going to be killing Cosmo. Dude, put your bets down now, brah. Infinity Wars Beyond, #1. That's a really cool looking cover. Like, that's awesome. Like, just simplicity at its finest. Nice. So, what comes after Infinity? So, Uncanny X-Men. A whole bunch of stuff here with Uncanny X-Men. These are some wild covers, man. These are some wild looking covers. Like, what the hell are we going to be able to expect from what happens in these books? Don't know. But you got like 3 writers writing all of these. Dude, how the hell? How the hell? So, issue number 6 and 7 up in here. Look at this, dude. Man, they're not clowning around. Whole bunch of characters in here. I love that armor is going to be on here. There's all the Marvel Knights stuff because it's the 20th anniversary. Tony Stark, Iron Man. I'm sorry, is this him dealing with a symbiote? Is that what's going on here? What is that? What is that? I could read it for issue number 7, but I don't really want to. Pretend you're still reading a solicitation for an upcoming... Jeez. Anyway. For the terror of... Shh. No, they won't say what it is. Whatever. Jason Aaron and Ed McGuinness, man. Avengers issue number 11. Apparently, they're not getting it. They don't have enough, and neither do we, of She-Hulk and Thor. Man, I want to see some little, like, Asgardian troll-looking babies. That's what I want to see. Like, that's cool. I'm down with that. Okay, here we go. Besides Alex Ross, like, this is the Alex Ross covers of awesomeness right here, but the Green Door, baby. Hulk's about to go through that Green Door in issue number 10. I can't wait to see what's going to happen over there. Okay, Champions Annual number 1 coming up pretty soon. Cool, Marcus Toe is going to be drawing that one. Jim Zub is going to be writing as I would expect. Zub doesn't, like, he's like, oh, somebody's doing Champions? No, I'll do Champions. Don't worry. That's mine. That's mine. And they let him, and good. Max Dunbar looks like is taking over. Looks like, what do you call it? Sean Isaacs is out. I don't know. I guess he's having a hard time. He's got some, I know from Twitter he's got some personal things going on. He wound up having to miss all or part of New York Comic Con, something to that effect. Like, nothing but hearts out to the guy because he's freaking awesome. He's an amazing human being in and of himself. I've talked to him only a couple of times, but very cool people when I talk to him. Totally cool people. So I'm really hoping just nothing but the best for him. So moving on, we got Champions issue number 27. So we got a remake of Master of the World. And what's this over here? Is that Mordred the Mystic? Get the F out of town, brah. What's up with that? So, yeah, Zub is pulling out the deep cuts, baby. Merry X-Men Holiday Special one-shot. Now, why did this catch my attention? Couple of reasons. One, Charlemagne the God is going to be on here. Charlemagne the God was, he debuted his first comic book. If you guys aren't familiar with Charlemagne the God and the Donkey Award for the day or something like that? I can't remember what it's called. I don't actually listen to the show regularly. Just when something pops up my feed, I'm there. But what do you call it? He did this one comic book last year as a digital comic book, and it was a New Year's special where it turns out that he's actually an Inhuman. He actually put himself in this comic book. That was awesome. I totally dug that. So now he's going to be one of the contributors here. So is Chris Claremont. Hello. Nice. So Claremont, he's coming back to the X-Men here and there and everywhere, man. I'm telling you, I'm digging it. I know a couple views out there, a couple of the Comic Book University alumni. Subam is one of them, is really looking forward to Higgins writing on the new X-Men book. What if it's Claremont? What if it's Claremont? So we got West Coast Avengers. So Kelly Thompson writing her ass off, man. And I love these kinds of covers where we don't know who's actually in the book. That's going to be cool. So I guess we'll figure it out in issue number 5. And then 6 will actually show the character. Unless that's Blank. Blank is if I remember correctly, Blank is a character, you can't see him. He's got this bubble thing over him. Looks just like that. And you can't even catch him because he's like really greasy. He's like frictionless. Anyway, yeah, a whole bunch of cool stuff over here. A whole lot of really cool stuff for the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse stuff. Amazing Spider-Man number 11. Nick Spencer's still on there with Ryan Utley. Really looking forward to seeing this. What do you call it? They got the podcast with Jameson on there. Like, this is just really cool. I'm digging this. All the way up to issue 12. They're talking about 11 and 12. Spider-Man isn't the only one getting attacked. What? As Triple J is still in trouble himself. J. Jonah Jameson. Isn't that quadruple J? Because Jolly J. Jonah Jameson. Anyhow, we might just find out who the mysterious bandaged figure circling Spider-Man is. So we're looking forward to seeing who this guy is, who we've already got the introduction to already. But we're going to find out more about this character. So, what was it, issue number 5 or 6? I can't remember which one it is. I think it's issue number 6. That should be the first appearance of this character. Okay. I don't really care too much about Spider-Man and Deadpool, but issue number 43 is coming out. Robbie Thompson and Jim Toe. That's cool. But Venom, issue number 9. Oh, what the hell is happening here? This is just crazy. Venom no more. What? So, yeah, I do. Oh, and the Venom 30th issue. So we have been talking about it. Donnie's mentioned it on my my interview that I did with him, podcast number 82, I believe it was. And he said that, what's his name? Eddie Brock is actually going to die, and he's going to be alone in that universe, and that's his biggest fear. So what happens to the Venom symbiote? It looks like it takes over a dog or a bear, or just, yeah. So it's probably like a street animal, you know what I'm saying? Like a dog or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Upcoming, Black Panther versus Deadpool. Here's the cover for issue 3. Okay, cool. Also, Eve Ewing is going to be writing for Riri Williams' Ironheart. She has already had some behind-the-scenes discussions with Jim Zub. That is very cool. Zub has already said really good things about her, that she's you know, she cares about the history of the character and actually indicating that, and she's going to give her more feeling, and I believe it. I absolutely do believe it. This should be the first time that Eve Ewing, no relation to Al Ewing, is going to be writing a comic book, but so even though Zub is giving her lots of accolades, I still think that we have to keep in mind that if this is the first time she's writing a comic book, she's not going to know how to write a comic book. Nobody can just jump right in and start writing a good comic book, you know? So I'd be like, I would consider her one of the best of all time if she could pull off something like that. But let's just be realistic. No. There's a very different voice for writing comic books. Very different from writing the novels that she's used to writing. Award-winning novels at that. So, Punisher, issue number 5. Apparently he's going to be captured by Hydra. And again, this is issue number 5. They say the entire game is changed by the end of this issue. Dude, every issue is surprising to me to begin with. So if this one's being told, this one's going to surprise us, oh, frag yeah. Frag yeah, dude. Black Panther, issue number 7. He's finally going to get the M'Kraan crystal, and hopefully that's going to be enough to warp him back to regular old Earth. We'll see. We'll see. So issue number 12 by this time will be out of Old Man Hawkeye, where Hawkeye is officially fully blind. All right, cool, cool. Let's see what happens there. Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur. I got to start actually reading that as a regular series. I got to finish up what I was doing there. As Guardians of the Galaxy looking good. Black Order issue number 2. This looks like it's going to be really good. This looks like it's going to be good. I do see Supergiant. Not Supergiant, Black Star, Dwarf Star in the back. Dwarf Star, I think I'm even still getting his name wrong. Anyway, looks like all the members are for the most part there. Supernova, we are waiting for Supernova to show up. Maybe she's going to rescue everybody. Iceman issue number 4. Here's the cover. Mr. Sinister, enough freaking said. I can't wait to see what Cena Grace is going to be doing with, like, oh man, that just makes me really want to read this comic book now. I want to see what's up with that. The Return of Wolverine looks like he's going to wind up killing somebody. Dead Man Logan, issue number 2. That's Mysterio. That's Mysterio with Wolverine claw slash marks on his face, his mask. Yes, please. I'm looking forward to seeing Mysterio's master plan come into effect. If remember, he's the one who was actually the cause of the Old Man Logan storyline. So what else do we have here? We got just a whole bunch of cool looking comics. Weapon H number 11. Weird World turns against its saviors. Yeah, I think we all expected that. Here's something. Star Wars, Age of Republic. There's going to be just a bunch of one-shots where they're going to go deeper into these characters' lives, like Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul, and Obi-Wan, and stuff like that. There's going to be 3 sections, starting with Age of Republic. After that, there's going to be Age of Rebellion, and then Age of Resistance. Got to be entirely honest, all of this stuff, man. The Age of Republic checklist is Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul, Obi-Wan, Jango Fett, a special, Anakin, Count Dooku, Padme, Grievous, and then they're going to go into the Age of Rebellion and then the Age of Resistance also. There's going to be more chronological stuff there. I just don't really care. I don't care. None of this stuff really impresses me, most of this Age of Republic stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, behind the scenes of Darth Maul, behind the scenes of Qui-Gon Jinn, behind the scenes of... Who cares? These are characters who are all dead, for the most part. Like, they're all dead. Nobody cares. Maybe some of you guys do, and I apologize if it sounds like, you know, I'm dumping on your particular likes and dislikes, but I'm not one of those guys who's like, you know, they ruined my movies. I'm just not like that. I want to look to the future. I love the Luke Skywalker stories. He's my favorite character out of the Star Wars universe. After that would have to be Darth Vader, but there's only but so much you can do with these stories. And if you want to keep on telling more and more and more stories, fine. There's been plenty of time left in between the movies that you could tell as many stories as you want. But I'd also like to see the future of this universe. All right? I've read the EU. I want to see what Disney's going to do with it now. The EU is still there. As far as I'm concerned, the EU, the extended universe, those books, all those great novels, I haven't even read half of them, but I've read many. Oh my God, they're amazing. But it's time to move on, all right? It's time to move on, man, and Disney wants to do their own version. May I please see your own version of it at this point? May I see the future of the universe? I do have to say, I don't want to, you know, go for it, but Star Wars Han Solo Imperial Cadet, I gotta admit, I'm a little bit curious here. Robbie Thompson is writing that along with the Solo Star Wars story adaptation. I've never really liked the adaptation stories. They're always just a waste of money as far as I'm concerned. It's basically the entirety of whatever movie we had just seen, plus a couple of tidbits more that don't really all the time add to a story. Sometimes they will, but most of the time, no. Anyhow, Star Wars Han Solo Imperial Cadet, issues number 1 through 5. Robbie Thompson's writing it, and Leonard Kirk, love this guy. I love Leonard Kirk, his drawing, it's awesome. I am definitely looking forward to seeing that. That I will probably buy. I will probably check out those books, because that sounds genuinely interesting to me. After that, there's only like 2 or 3 more things I really want to show you guys. Issue number 25 is going to complete the Vader Down stories. We got a couple of statues, little things like that. Okay, here we go. This is not a comic book box. This is not a short box. No, this is the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes box set slipcase. It comes with a poster. Not the greatest poster in the world. It actually looks like something from my Marvel Superheroes Advanced Role-Playing Game system that I adore so much. And I do a new video every Monday at 3 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time for those. But that's exactly what this cover looks like. It looks like this is going to be one of their books, you know? And you're going to find stats for all these characters using the face rip system. Go check out my videos for more. Anyhow, no. In fact, this is actually going to be a slipcase box. Opens up, and it's got a whole bunch of books inside. Listen to this. Avengers by Lee and Kirby. Just that alone. But no, let's do more. Avengers, Kree-Skrull War. Avengers Defenders War. Avengers, The Celestial Madonna. All right. The Korvac Saga. Under Siege. Oh my God, I'm dying here. The Gatherers Saga. The Morgan Conquest. Avengers Forever. Avengers Disassembled. Avengers The Final Host. That's the stuff that just happened recently with Aaron. Including the free comic book day stuff is in there. And the Earth's Mightiest Heroes box set. I gotta say, guys, I'm actually entranced. It's $500 though. Marvel. Come on, man. For reprints? For reprints? They're really nice books and all that stuff and whatnot, but can we maybe, like, I would really like to know what the price is to make these things, because come on, Marvel. These things should all be like individual. How much do they expect to sell? I want to know right now. $500. Who plans on buying this box set? Seriously, please let me know, because I'm interested. Worst case, could you have maybe made these things specialized? Then they could cost $500. If it actually says Comic Book University Edition for Professor Bill, now I'm thinking, I don't know about $500. We'll see. We'll see. So, how to paint characters the Marvel Studios way. If you guys are into painting, you might like this. I don't know if that's going to quite do it for me. But, hey, man. Here's something that's interesting. Decades. Marvel in the 1940s. So we are actually going to feature the, of all things, the original Human Torch, the android, the synthezoid. He was later retconned to be a synthezoid. And Namor. Yes, that's the actual Namor the Submariner. That's how he was originally drawn. This was their first battle. Now, this is actually a really important story right here, guys. Oh, and it looks like there's going to be a bunch of decades stuff here because, all right, cool, man, cool. I'm looking forward to seeing all of these, honestly. But, like, this one right here. Oh, the Legion of Monsters, actually, okay, I got to admit, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. But, no, right here, man. This right here. You guys have to understand, if you're not, you know, an old head or a comic book historian in some way, shape, or form, Batman never crossed over with Superman. Green Lantern never crossed over with the Flash, okay? None of those characters ever crossed over with each other until Marvel, who was actually timely at the time, before they were Atlas comic books, before they were Marvel, they were Atlas, before they were Atlas, they were timely. And we're talking about way back in the day, man. These two characters, they were individual characters. Here's Marvel's first superhero, here's Marvel's first character, first super character. It's more of an anti-hero. Yeah, these guys actually showed up and they fought each other at one point. Two entirely separate comic books. And then they were like, you know what? Let's do this. And the story of how these guys fought, forget about the comic book itself. It was riveting. It was amazing. There were high stakes involved. This was amazing storytelling. And for the time, phenomenal art. This is what I'm talking about. When you guys, if you want to sit here and sound like you are an expert on comic books, one of the first stories you should get to know, besides the standards like, oh, Action Comics #1 and Detective Comics #27. Yeah. Anybody could do that. Go back and check out. Go and consider buying this book. I don't know how much they're going to cost. Looks like it's $25 for 232 pages. And this is specifically for the Human Torch versus the Submariner story in there. But I know there's going to be a bunch more. But anyway, holy crap, dude. Yeah, fire and water, you know, meeting. That's what they were calling it. You want to sound like a comic book guru, a comic book expert? Here's a really good story in order to be able to do that. If you can quote this to people, they will absolutely be like, wait, what? So, promise you that. After that, there's a whole bunch of really cool stuff in here. I was, you know, thumbing through a bunch of whatever, literally just whatever. It's a bunch of trade paperbacks. But one thing caught my eye, because I'm always looking for what's the new short box that they're going to do. I'm a big fan of the comic book short boxes. And look what's coming up. January the 2nd. That's one box. Side A and Side B. Conan the Mother Effin' Barbarian. Oh, yeah. I thought I was done. I don't even know if I've got comic books to put in here. But damn it, you better believe I'm going to get it. That is awesome, man. That is really awesome. So, looks like it's going to be a pretty good month, pretty good, you know, future for the comic books. I'm looking for all these properties that they've got, all these amazing things that both sides are doing. I am really digging this. I am genuinely digging this. So on the horizon, man, looks like a good future, next couple of months for Marvel and DC both. All right, guys, that's it for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.